Wow. This is beyond ugly, and Kanye West is officially spiraling after alleged DMs from North West's phone surfaced. The internet is frozen in shock because the claims are deeply unsettling. We're talking murmurs of a sugar daddy, hidden conversations, and a 12-year-old pulled into something that should never be anywhere near a child. Kanye allegedly discovered the messages himself, completely unraveled, and now people are asking the truly terrifying questions. Was he warning us the whole time about Kim and the Kardashians? Because when you connect this to the trademark chaos, the custody battle, and Kanye's years of shouting about Hollywood preying on his kids, this stops feeling like another rant and starts feeling like a horror story. If North could conceal something this serious from her own mother, what else is slipping through the cracks or being brushed aside? And why does it feel like Kanye is the only one sounding the alarm? The situation grows darker, sloppier, and more disturbing by the second, because his worst nightmare might already be unfolding in real time, and this does not look like it ends peacefully, okay? So now it's starting to feel like Kanye West may not have been as unhinged as people claimed when he was losing it over Kim raising the kids alone. Because a 12-year-old allegedly linked to a sugar daddy is alarming, but when you factor in reports of Kim barely being hands-on and how many predators circulate freely in Hollywood, it suddenly doesn't feel impossible that North could be vulnerable. Sources claim Kanye stumbled across the disturbing texts on North's phone during visitation and completely snapped, and honestly, that reaction tracks. Because that's his daughter. It's absolute chaos, and it's forcing people to question how closely Kim is actually watching North. Because hiding an alleged sugar daddy at 12 from your own mom sounds unreal, and truthfully, Kanye's response feels logical. Once you really sit with it first, North is only 12 and comes from one of the wealthiest, most visible families in Hollywood, and if that level of power and protection still isn't enough to shield her from predators, then that should terrify everyone. And based on everything coming out, Kanye is terrified. He reportedly believes Kim and her circle are already positioning North the same way Kris did her daughters. Now, there's plenty to criticize about Kanye and his chaos, but one thing is undeniable. He is fiercely protective of his children, especially North, which makes it hard not to think that he witnessed deeply disturbing things during his marriage to Kim and fears those same patterns could be forced onto his daughters. The situation grows even more suspicious when you remember Kim trademarked the kids' names and excluded Kanye entirely. Kanye called it out last year when he said, "Music. So Kim got the name and likeness over my black children, so a white woman controls the name and likeness of my black children." Yet in those messages between him and Kim, it becomes clear, music, that he was partially aware of the trademark, but didn't fully understand how much authority Kim would actually hold over it. In the messages, Kim said, "I asked you, music, back then if I could trademark her name. You agreed when she turns 18. It transfers to her, so stop. I sent the documents. Sosh wouldn't be in music. The Diddy song to shield her. One person had to file the trademark. We decided at birth that I would secure all of our kids' names and music trademarks so nobody else could claim them, and Kanye fired back, change it or I'm going to war, and music. Neither of us survives the public destruction. You'd have to kill me." At the time, most people sided with Kim because it sounded unhinged for Kanye to want his daughter attached to a Diddy track given the allegations surrounding him. But then things took a sharp turn, and fans began wondering if music, Kim was intentionally pushing the kids away from Kanye so she could profit from them without music interference. For instance, insiders claimed she was attempting to music switch the kids' last name to Kardashian and erase the West name entirely. According to her, Kanye was basically music, an absent father, and she was doing everything solo, so it made sense to drop music, his surname. Now, to be fair, co-parenting with Kanye can't be easy, but sources insist that the last name change had music nothing to do with parenting struggles and everything to do with control. If she secures full legal custody like she's music aiming for, she can make any decision she wants about the kids, and there's nothing he could say or do, music, to stop it. At the same time, fans aren't fully buying Kim's narrative about Kanye being a checked-out dad. From their perspective, if Kanye was the one who found the disturbing messages on North's phone while Kim didn't, music, then it raises serious questions about who's actually present and who's spinning the story to look better. But there's an even darker theory circulating, and it's that Kim may not only have known about the messages, but allegedly pushed it. The Kardashians have long been accused of being yacht girls, with Kris playing the role of loving mom while secretly acting as their alleged handler, and everyone remembers Tasha saying from day one that Kim's tape was never an accident. It was marketing, right? Well, Ray J escalated that narrative when he came forward claiming Kim wasn't even the one who orchestrated the leak. According to him, Kris was pulling the strings. He said, "I've stayed quiet for over 14 years while the Kardashians used my name to build billions, turning a story I never told into their empire. I never leaked anything. I would never leak a tape in my life. There was no leak. It was a business deal and a partnership between Kris Jenner, music, and Kim and me. We were partners from them very start, he then alleged that he and Kim recorded multiple tapes and that Kris reviewed all of them. Selecting the most explicit one guaranteed to cause maximum shock. The image of a mother sitting through explicit footage of her own daughter is disturbing on every level, and that's still not the end. Because reports claim that wasn't the only time Kris pushed Kim to do something grimy. Allegedly, she pushed Kim into arrangements with older benefactors, including Joe Lo. Sources claim Kim frequently accompanied Joe Lo on casino hopping trips, and in 2009, she bragged about flying back to Los Angeles with a garbage bag stuffed with cash $250,000 in casino winnings from Vegas. Sounds insane, right? But here's the chilling part. That money may not have come from luck at all. Joe Lo was later exposed as a key figure in an international money laundering scandal, and there have been more whispers about other benefactors tied to Kim, with Kris allegedly playing a hands-on role. But you already see the pattern, and it didn't stop with Kim allegedly. Kris repeated the same playbook with her other daughters too, including Kylie. I mean, remember the chaos when Kylie ended up with Tyga, who had just been with Blac Chyna, Kim's close friend at the time? And guess who people say was pulling the strings behind that too? Kim and music. Kris allegedly. Fans were uneasy about that relationship from the jump because Kylie was only 16, music, and Tyga was already deep into his 20s back then. Kris denied everything, music, insisting Kylie isn't dating anyone, this is just a group of kids who've grown up together, and I call them kids because, relatively speaking, they move as a pack and enjoy being around each other. We all live nearby. Tyga used to live across the street, and now he lives next door to Khloe. But that narrative fell apart when they allowed Kylie to bring Tyga on a trip at just 17. And he made a comment about her.
He made this comment about her body.
I see it jiggling.
Really?
Yeah. I'm really jiggling.
Greatest hike.
That moment crossed every line, and someone should have shut Tyga down immediately, music, on the spot, but he was allegedly her boyfriend. And everyone around them seemed to co-sign the situation, so naturally, no one intervened. We could keep listing examples, but you already understand why. Fans believe Kim may have known about the messages on North West's phone and chose silence. Because this is just how the Kardashian machine operates, and what makes it even more heartbreaking is that Kanye has been screaming about this exact fear for years. Back in 2022, he went directly at the Kardashians, saying, "Y'all don't get to decide what happens to my black children or where they go to school. They will not do Playboy or adult tapes." He also swore he'd never allow Kris to traffic his daughters. He warned, "Don't let Kris push you into Playboy like she did Kylie and Kim. Hollywood is a giant brothel. Adult content destroyed my family, and I fight addiction while Instagram promotes it, not letting it happen to North, East Chicago." He then accused the Kardashians of already trying to exploit his daughters while twisting the story against him, saying, "Music, anyone calling me unstable for speaking undeniable truth is a sheep. Worry about your own kids. I'm fighting wars at the highest levels of control and discrimination. Music, where I operate, I know women who sell their bodies who disagree with how my daughters are being presented. And this is the moment where everything stops feeling like tabloid chaos and starts feeling deeply unsettling, because if Kanye has been warning about this for years, and now these alleged messages seem to echo his fears, maybe this was never about him being irrational or controlling. Maybe this was just a father unraveling because something felt, music, dangerously wrong. But what really hits different